You're watching The International Explainer, your guide to today's most urgent global threats. In this episode, we dive into the turning point, why 2025 might go down in history as the year Israel and Iran finally go to war. From covert drone attacks to direct missile strikes, here's what changed and why escalation seems unstoppable. Don't forget to subscribe for more insight on the geopolitical flashpoints shaping our future. Global powers behind the Iran-Israel conflict. Who's pulling the strings? Why the US and Europe back Israel against Iran. The US-Israel alliance. Military support and strategic interests. Since the 1960s, the United States has been Israel's most powerful strategic ally. This support transcends changes of administration, whether Democrat or Republican. It manifests itself in many ways. Massive military support. Every year, Washington provides Israel with $3.8 billion in military aid, in addition to technological cooperation on defense systems such as the famous Iron Dome, capable of intercepting rockets in flight. Diplomatic veto at the UN. The United States regularly uses its veto power at the UN Security Council to block resolutions critical of Israel, particularly concerning settlements or military intervention. Security coordination. The two countries exchange high-value intelligence, notably on Iran's nuclear and ballistic activities. There are many reasons for this support: political and cultural affinities, the weight of the pro-Israel lobby in the United States, but also a shared vision of the Iranian threat. For Washington, Israel is an outpost of Western interests in the Middle East. Europe and Israel, strategic partners with diverging views. The European Union remains a diplomatic partner of Israel, although it adopts a more critical stance. Several countries, such as Germany, the Czech Republic, and Hungary, maintain strong support for Israel, particularly in terms of defense and historical memory. Others, such as France and Belgium, support Israel's security policy, but regularly denounce its policies towards the Palestinians, particularly the expansion of settlements and military operations in Gaza. On Iran, Europe has long played a mediating role, notably in the 2015 nuclear deal, JCPOA, but remains generally suspicious of Iran's regional ambitions. Arab states and Israel. How Iran changed the game. Since 2020, the Abraham Accords have ushered in a new era of diplomatic relations between Israel and several Gulf Arab monarchies, including the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Morocco. These alliances, previously unimaginable, are mainly motivated by a shared fear of Iran. Even Saudi Arabia, long opposed to Israel, now maintains discreet security relations with the Hebrew state. Riyadh sees Israel as a useful partner in countering Iranian influence, particularly after drone hacks on its oil installations in 2019, attributed to pro-Iranian militias. These rapprochements are part of a profound regional realignment, where Sunni Shiite and pro-American Prussian lines are redrawing old traditional alliances. Who supports Iran and why? The other side of the conflict. Russia and China's hidden role in the Iran-Israel crisis. Unlike Western countries, Russia and China have never broken off relations with Iran, even at the height of international sanctions. Russia is a key military ally of Iran in Syria, where the two countries have jointly supported Bashar al-Assad's regime. Moscow also sells sophisticated weapons to Iran, such as S-300 missiles, and has defended Tehran on several occasions at the UN Security Council. China, for its part, is a strategic economic partner. In 2021, it signed a 25-year cooperation agreement with Iran, including massive investments in energy, infrastructure, and cybersecurity. Beijing also imports Iranian oil, often circumventing US sanctions. For these two powers, supporting Iran enables them to counter US influence in the Middle East, while securing their own energy supplies and geopolitical positions. Iran's armed proxies. Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthis, and more. As mentioned in previous chapters, Iran relies on non-state actors to extend its influence. Hezbollah, Lebanon, Hamas and Islamic Jihad, Palestine, Shiite militias in Iraq, Kataib Hezbollah, Badr, etc. Shiite militias in Syria, Liwa Fatimiyun, Houthis in Yemen. These groups play an essential role. They enable Iran to pursue an offensive policy against Israel without directly exposing itself to all-out war. In return, these groups benefit from considerable financial, logistical, and military support. Why Iran and Israel have so many allies: power, oil, and ideology. Geopolitical reasons. The Middle East is a strategic region for its energy resources, trade routes, and diplomatic weight. Powers are positioning themselves to defend their interests. The United States supports Israel to maintain a reliable bridgehead against its rivals, Russia, China, Iran. Russia and China are supporting Iran to assert an alternative to the Western order, while securing their alliances in Asia and the Middle East. Ideological reasons. Some of our supporters have opposing worldviews. The Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas axis is based on an ideology of resistance to the West, support for the Palestinian cause, and rejection of Israel. The Israel, United States, Saudi Arabia axis, more discreet but real, is organized around a desire to maintain the existing regional order with a rejection of Iran's Islamic Revolution. Economic reasons. Oil is at the heart of the balance of power. Iran, rich in hydrocarbons, seeks to monetize its oil despite the sanctions. Its Asian partners find it a cheap source of supply. Arms sales, infrastructure construction, and cross-investments between China, Russia, Iran, and the Gulf states also form a map of economic interests that structures alliances. What we're seeing in 2025 is not business as usual. It's a shift from proxy conflict to direct confrontation. But what happens if war breaks out for real? In our next video, we'll break down every possible scenario: military, economic, and humanitarian if Israel and Iran go to war. Hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss it.